Well, hey there, everybody. Rhonda Boyle here. I'm so excited that you have joined me for this webinar on the law of attraction. I'm really excited to share the information that I have for you today. And so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And there we go. We'll just get started. So, have you ever caught yourself using words like coincidence or serendipity or synchronicity? These are some fun words. How about fate or karma? I know some of you have. Or maybe you've noticed that things have come to you out of the blue. Or has anything just fallen right in your lap? Now, I know it may not be you, but it may be somebody you know, somebody who keeps attracting negative things over and over and over again. Like I said, I know it's not you, but you know somebody like that? Sure. So did you know that both of these scenarios are because of the law of attraction? So whether it's something positive you're attracting or it's something negative that you're attracting, it is the law of attraction in action. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, or whether you understand it or not, the law of attraction is existing in your life right now. And here's the challenge. I can't prove it to anybody. I can't put it in a petri dish or in a test tube and pass it around and say, hey, this is law of attraction. Do you believe me now? But what if you left this webinar with some tools and strategies that you can use to tap into this mysterious law of attraction and get results immediately? Well, if you're open to having that experience, then I encourage you to hang around because I only have a short time to give you the best of the best of the best of the information. But here's my promise to you. You're going to learn in the next few minutes why you are attracting negative things because you know that I know that you are. What's up with that? How can kind, loving, generous, caring people possibly attract negative things? Well, over the next half hour or so, you're going to clearly understand why you might be attracting negative things, and more importantly, what you can do starting today to stop attracting negative things and start attracting the positive ones. Great. So you should have gotten some worksheets as part of the registration. And so I'm going to ask you to turn to your worksheets to page 2, and I'm going to start out with a definition of the law of attraction. You ready? It states, I attract to my life and business whatever I give my energy, attention, and focus to. And now I know you're thinking, wow, is that all there is to it? That's a pretty good deal. I only need to give my attention, my energy, and my focus. Well, yes, that's true, but I'm not finished with the sentence, am I? Because it is actually whether positive or negative. You see? Whether positive or negative. So I'm going to say it again. I attract to my life and business whatever I give my energy, attention, and focus to, whether positive or negative. You see, a lot of people give the law of attraction a lot of credit for the positive things. But guess what? Everything that you're attracting is because of law of attraction. So it's important for you to find out what it is and that you learn how to control it. How do I stop attracting negative things? And that's what I'm going to teach you about today. But here's the bottom line about the law of attraction. It's all about vibes. I know you've used the word vibe before. You might have said something like, wow, are the vibes ever good in this room? Or, man, is he ever putting off a negative vibe? You see, the word vibe is a cute little 4-letter word that actually comes from the longer word vibration. So what I'm doing right now is I'm demystifying this word vibration. And then you must be thinking, well, what exactly is that? Well, guess what? A word like vibration is simply a vibe. And a vibe is simply a mood or a feeling. That's it. It's a mood or a feeling. So write that down in your notes or in your worksheet, on your worksheet that you received when you registered. So vibration equals vibe, and vibe equals mood or feeling. So here's the deal. Right now and right now and right now, all of us have a mood or a feeling. Even if you deny having one right now, you still have a mood or a feeling. Even if you don't know what it's called, right now, you have a mood or a feeling. And that mood or feeling is causing you to put off or send out or emit a vibe. Right now and right now and right now, everybody's putting off a vibe. And you're not even doing it on purpose. So I'm going to teach you how to be a deliberate sender of your vibration. And why do you need to know that? Because the law of attraction is in this room right now. And there are only two kinds of vibes, right? Positive and negative. Now, some of you may know that I used to work in corporate America for a Fortune 100 company, and I worked in 5 different positions within the company. And in each one of those roles, I had a detailed job description. Yep, I sure did. Now, the very last item, there were probably 9 or 10 or 16 things on the page. And the very last one on that job description said, quote, and other duties as assigned, which really meant do whatever we tell you or you're in trouble. Have you ever had one of those kind of job descriptions? I'm sure you have. But the job description for law of attraction is easy. As a matter of fact, it's only 2 words long. You see, the law of attraction is this universal energy around us. And like I said, I can't even prove it, but you can. And I'm going to give you the tools and processes today that you'll use so you can get your own proof. As a matter of fact, anytime you use the word fate or karma, or you say it was meant to be, or everything fell into place, you are talking about the evidence of law of attraction. So whenever you say something like, wow, this is such a coincidence, something just came to me out of the blue, you could really say, wow, this is so law of attraction. But my job is to teach you how to have more deliberate moments like that. Now, as I said, the job description for law of attraction is very easy. In fact, it's only 2 words long. And you can write this down in your worksheet. Are you ready? Match vibrations. Wow, what an easy job is that? Can you imagine a help wanted ad that said vibrational matcher, no brain required? You see, the law of attraction doesn't have a brain. It doesn't have a conscience. It does not make decisions. It does not decide. It doesn't have favoritism, and it is not prejudice. It is obedient. That's it. The law of attraction is obedient. And right now, it is eavesdropping on my vibration. The law of attraction is right here in this room, in your room, and so forth. And it's checking and checking and checking, responding to my vibration by giving me more of the same. Now, wouldn't it be cool if you had a handheld vibrational meter reader? Right? What if I had one of those and I could give myself a quick little scan and find out what my vibes are? And the vibrational meter reader would either point to the negative side or the positive side, wouldn't it? Now, you all know that this is not really a vibrational meter reader. There's no such thing as one, right? At least not a piece of equipment like this. But you all, each and every one of us, has an internal vibrational meter reader. We all have one, and it's called our feelings. Our feelings are the indicator of whether or not we're putting off or sensing or giving out a positive or a negative vibe, right? So we're going to do a little exercise next, and I want you to write down in your worksheet some moods or feelings that when you have them, it causes you to send out a negative vibration. Here's some examples. Sadness, anger, stress, guilty, blame, shame, disappointment, heartbroken, bitterness. Wow. As a matter of fact, when I'm angry, I don't ever cross my hands over my chest and say, am I ever angry? I'd better send out a negative vibration that goes with it. Does anybody do that? No, of course not. How about this, though? Any chance you can stand beside someone and pick up on their negative vibration? Of course. I'll bet that's happened to you before. So a vibe is not something that you smell or taste or hear or see. A vibe is something that you feel. So remember that I said before, a vibe equals a mood or a feeling, and the word vibe comes from the longer word vibration. So right now, and right now, whether you like it or not, whether you understand it or not, or whether you're doing it on purpose, you and all of us are sending out a vibration. And if I had that handheld vibrational meter reader, I could scan all of you and find out where your vibes are. But you don't need to have one. You can tell by how you feel. Now, I know that you know that I know that sometimes you meet somebody and right away you click and you feel like you're on the same vibe. Isn't that true? You might even say, wow, do I ever like you? Call me every 5 minutes. You're my new best friend. Have you ever done that before? So how long does it take to find out that you're not in vibrational harmony with someone? It didn't take long at all, right? Now, the law of attraction's job right now, and remember, it's eavesdropping on our vibration and it's unfolding and orchestrating whatever needs to happen. So when I'm feeling sad and lonely and disappointed or guilty or shameful or am blaming someone, guess what? I'm sending off a negative vibration. Let's move to the next section in your worksheet. And I want you to write down some moods or feelings that cause a positive vibration. Here we go. How about love, joy, laughter, abundance? Now, some of you might be thinking, well, what about the feeling in the middle? Well, there's really not one. Every feeling makes you send out either a positive or a negative vibration. There's really not another one. And the obedient law of attraction is responding to that by giving you more of the same. That's the definition, right? And if you've attracted it, you had to have sent out the vibration that created it. Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, I didn't say I wanted to attract a cheating, lying boyfriend or girlfriend. Or I didn't say I wanted to attract bad sales or no clients or an accident or a rude neighbor. So why is it that you could be attracting them? Well, guess what? I'm going to explain all that because it's important for you to understand why you're attracting negative things. And today you're going to learn how to change that. So I want you to imagine right now that I have 4 big boxes in front of me, right? Or in front of you, right? And I'm going to take the first box. Let's just take that first box real quick. And I'm going to take a dictionary and I'm going to chop up all the words in it. And I'm going to shake that dictionary and turn it upside down. And all of those words are going to fall into the box. And so now I have a box of words. Got it? So I'm going to reach inside that box of words and I'm going to pull out some words and I'm going to string them together to form a thought. So guess what? In box number 2, I have a box of thoughts. You can find this in your worksheet. So you can fill in that first box says words and the second one says thoughts. Now I'm going to reach inside my box of thoughts and I'm going to pull out a thought. And I'm going to think for a minute or two. And as I hold any thought, it causes me to send out a vibration, right? Or a vibe. So now I have a box of vibes. Got it? Now, remember, there are only 2 kinds of vibes, positive and negative. So write that down. So guess what? If I reach into my vibe box and I pull out a vibe and I'm thinking, oh, this sure is ugly. It's a negative vibe. And I'm thinking, why in the world do I have a negative vibe? Well, here's why. You have a negative vibe because you had negative thoughts. and you had negative thoughts because you used negative words. The words I'm using are forming the thoughts that I'm thinking. And the thoughts that I'm thinking are causing me to send the vibration that I'm sending. And as I'm holding any vibe, positive or negative, the law of attraction is checking and checking and checking. And what does it do when it finds a vibration, negative or positive? It matches it. Because the 2-word job description is what? Match vibration. So, as I'm holding this positive or negative vibration, law of attraction is responding to it, and then I get my results. And that is what's in box number 4. So now I'm in my results box, and there are only 2 kinds of results I can be getting, right? Positive or negative. Now, my hunch is that you could all look into your results box and pull out a negative one. And you're thinking, ooh, why am I getting a negative result? Why are people canceling? Why are people not buying my product? Why are people being rude to me or picking on me? And why am I losing business? Or why do I not have enough money? And the reason you're attracting negative things is because you had a negative vibe. And the reason you had a negative vibe is because you had a negative thought. And that thought was made up of negative words that ultimately created your results. The only way to get a different result is to send a different vibe. I'll say it again. The only way to get a different result is to change your vibration. And that means to change your vibration, you have to change your thoughts. And the only way to change your thoughts is to change the words you're using. Okay? So, how many of you love the little reset button on the back of certain kinds of equipment, like your computer, so that when it breaks down, right, what do? I love a reset button. I don't even need to know how they work. I just need to know where that sucker's at, right? So I'm looking for the reset button because I know that when I press it, it tells my computer, my phone, or whatever it is that I'm trying to reset, that it's going to be fixed, right? Now, what if I told you, besides your own internal vibrational meter reader, that you have a reset button? I'll bet you'd like to know more about that. So you can go down to your results box, right? And you can pull out a negative result and you can say, ugh, I don't like the results that I'm getting. Boy, I sure wish I had a reset button. There you go. So I've got good news and I've got bad news. And here's what I'm going to tell you. There are 3 words in your word box that are causing you to create negative things. And here's the bad news. Most people are using them about 300 times before lunch. And they wonder why their life sucks. They wonder why their life is falling apart. So I'm going to give you some homework between now and the rest of your life. Are you ready? I'm going to go to my word box, and there are 3 words that I'm going to pull out that are causing me to attract negative things. And I'm going to pull them out. Here's the first one. You're going to write it down in the space provided. Are you ready? The first word is don't. Okay, so write that down. Don't is a word that's tripping you up in life. Here's the next one. The next word is not. Don't and not. And then finally, the third word, and you can write this down in your worksheets, the third word is no. Now, guess what? The words themselves are not negative. I could easily say, don't touch, or no onions, please, and that's not negative. But every time I use the words don't, not, and no, I just brought attention, energy, and focus to that which I didn't want to bring attention, energy, and focus to. You see? So if you're the law of attraction, you're eavesdropping on everything I'm giving attention to, so that when I say, I don't want my clients to cancel, what did I just give attention to? To canceling clients. How about this one? I don't want this to be hard. Well, what did I just give my attention to? Difficulty, right? And don't you love it when your friend says, don't be ashamed? Well, I wasn't until you brought it up. Don't be disappointed. Don't hesitate to contact me. This is not a scam. Well, I didn't think it was until you brought it up. As a matter of fact, you cannot not give your attention, energy, and focus when I tell you not to. So, for example, if I told you not to picture the Statue of Liberty, I know that I know you just did. And everything you give your attention, energy, and focus to causes you to send out a matching vibration of what you gave attention, energy, and focus to. And the obedient law of attraction is checking and checking and checking. And now you get more of what you said you didn't want. And then when you look at that thing you said you didn't want, you point to it and you say, that's exactly what I didn't want. All week I've been saying that. Is it starting to make sense why you're attracting the things that you don't want? Law of attraction doesn't know who we are or who you are. It's just obedient. It is obediently unfolding and orchestrating to give you more of what you said you didn't want. Here's a quick little example. I know it's not you, but it could be somebody you know who wakes up first thing in the morning and is a little bit cranky and irritated. So what's the vibe, positive or negative? Negative, of course. Yes, the law of attraction is even in your bedroom. And now it's checking and checking and checking. And it catches you, or not you, but somebody you know, sending out a negative vibration. And then they get out of bed and they stub their toe. And then they run out of coffee and they burn their toast. And their printer breaks down and they're late for work and their day gets worse and worse and worse. And finally, they say, ugh, I should have just stayed in bed. Are you coming to understand why the day got worse and worse and worse? Because law of attraction is checking and matching and checking and matching and checking and matching. That's why the day goes on and on and on. Or how about that time, for those of you who are in business, when first thing Monday morning, you had a client cancel, and then you go into, you go over to ihatemylife.com and you spend 10 minutes complaining about the canceling client, and then you tell everyone around you about the canceling client, and then guess what? Those words are forming the thoughts, and the thoughts are creating the vibration, and the law of attraction is checking and checking and checking and finding the vibration of canceling clients. And then you get another canceling client and you say, wow, what's going on with me? The day is getting worse and worse and worse. Now, how about for those of you who wake up first thing in the morning and you open your email and you find out that somebody bought your product? There it is, sold. And you get all excited and you go to ilovemylife.com and you spend 10 minutes on there and you call all your friends and all your business partners and you say, wow, I got the best client ever today. And guess what? The law of attraction is checking and checking and checking. And the same day or the next day, you get another new client. And what are you going to say? Wow, am I ever on a roll? Here's the most important part about that. You created that role. You see, your excitement of attracting what you wanted caused you to send out the vibration of what you desire. And when you send out the vibration, law of attraction gives it to you. And then when you get it, you celebrate it, and then you send more positive vibration out. Are you understanding the loop here? There's a lot to be said about celebrating the matches. You celebrate the things that you like in life. So we need to brag more. We need to celebrate more. We need to daydream more, because all of those things are causing us to attract more of what we want. So your homework between now and the rest of your life is to eliminate the words don't, not, and no from your vocabulary. Of course, you can say no sometimes. If I go to a restaurant, I might say, no cilantro, please. And I'm not expecting a truckload of cilantro to suddenly fall out of the sky. But when I'm talking about my relationships and my finances and my business and my customers, that's when I want to be very deliberate. So if you're still not sure about what I mean, I want you to go to the internet real quick, pop up, open a browser either on your phone or on the computer, and type in the words no football. And tell me what shows up. Well, I'm going to tell you what shows up. Football. football shows up. Now, how can that be when you told the internet no football? You see, here's why it happened. The internet strips away don't, not, and no. And it brings you more of what you just said you didn't want. Now, here's another example for those of you who are dog owners. So imagine going home and walking in the front door after work and telling your dog that you are not going for a walk. Right? What's he doing? How about if you said, don't go get your ball? Of course, he only hears ball, right? And the tail's wagging back and forth, and he's jumping up and down. Dogs don't hear don't, not, and no either. The internet doesn't hear don't, not, and no. And guess what? The law of attraction does not hear don't, not, and no either. Now, the best news of all is that you can control this by using your reset button. So every time you use the words don't, not, and no, you're going to use a reset question. And here it is. Are you ready? So, what do I want? What do I want? Write that down on your worksheets and burn it into your mind. What do you want? I know it sounds really simple, and guess what? I made it that way, so let's test it out. I might say, don't forget, and then a little voice inside says, hey, you just said don't forget. Now, of course, that's an issue, right? And so now I'm going to ask the reset, or say my reset question. So what do I want? And what do I really want? I want to remember. Do you see how that works? So let's try another one. Oh, I don't want this to be hard. Ding, ding, ding. I just said I don't want it to be hard. So I asked my reset question. So what do I want? And what do I really want? I want it to be easy, don't I? So don't use this door could really say use other door. And what happens when you tell your kids, don't run? They run, don't they? So it might be better to say stop running, because then they can hear your instruction. So over the next couple of days, tonight and tomorrow for sure, you're going to catch yourself saying don't, not, and no. And that's good. It means you're more aware of it. So every time you hear don't, not, and no, you're going to hear my voice saying, so what do I want? And here's what happens. When I go from saying what I don't want to what I do want, the words change. So if I say, I don't want this to be difficult, I'm giving attention to difficulty. So the new way of saying it is, I want it to be easy. So when the words change, the thoughts change. And when the thoughts change, the vibes change. And when the vibes change, the results change. And remember what I said earlier, the only way to get a different result is to send a different vibration. And I promise you significant results when you eliminate the words don't, not, and no. You'll even go to type the words don't, not, and no, and you'll say, uh-oh, I just used the word don't, not, and no, or no, and I hear Rhonda Boyle's voice saying, so what do I want? It might drive you crazy over the next little while, but trust me, you'll get significant results. Because every time you talk about what you don't want, you just gave it your attention, energy, and focus. And the law of attraction is ever obedient. It doesn't know whether you want it or not. It doesn't know whether it's good or bad for you, or whether it's healthy or not healthy, or whether it's negative or positive. It's the law. I didn't create it. I'm just teaching it, and I'm teaching you how to stop attracting negative things. You see, a lot of law of attraction teachers say, oh, you can attract jewels and cars and boyfriends and girlfriends and money. Well, I can make this promise. It is virtually impossible to attract positive things if you have a negative vibration going on. Does that make sense? You just have to stop talking about what you don't want. You see, the negative vibe will dilute the positive vibe of your desire. Now, I'll bet if I were to ask you if you want a quick bonus on how to be more abundant, you'd say yes. So let's talk about money. Let's talk about money. Now, everybody says they want more money, but if I took out my vibrational meter reader and said, tell me about money, I know what we're going to get. A negative response. Just a question about money causes a negative vibration, so I don't talk about money. Instead, I talk about abundance. And you know what the key secret about abundance is? Are you ready? It's a feeling. Abundance is a feeling. So guess what? If I'm standing in my vibe box, what if I could send the vibration of abundance, right? And I did that. What would be the obedient law of attraction's job? It's to match the vibration. But let me tell you, if I went out on the street and I interviewed somebody and said, so, do you want to be abundant? Yes. How many minutes a day do you send the vibration of abundance? Well, other than thinking that I had lost my mind, what would their answer be? 0. So how can you be abundant if you never send the vibration of abundance? Remember, the only way to become abundant is to send the vibration of abundance. So here's the good news. All of you listening, all of you here today are already abundant. You're just not celebrating it. You're not exercising your abundance muscle. So here's your homework from now and for the rest of your life. When you deem you have attracted something that has value to you, celebrate it. Here's an example. How many of you have had someone buy you lunch or dinner or coffee or a drink in the last couple of weeks? Now, I'm sure that that's the majority of you. And traditionally, you might say, wow, thank you very much after you eat or after you drink. Well, guess what I want you to do now? I want you to stretch the celebration. You could say, wow, am I ever abundant? My friend just bought me breakfast and he picked me up along the way. So I had transportation included. And then my friend gave me an amazing piece of advice that I know I can use. And oh my, that was free too. So now I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm gonna brag about it and stretch it, because the longer I have the vibration of abundance, the more the law of attraction can attract it. So your job now is to become a proof seeker. And to become a proof seeker, you get to find and prove all of the ways you're already abundant. Wow, I'm abundant here, and I'm abundant there, and I'm abundant over here. Right? How about this free webinar? I'm sure you're learning something here or there. And hasn't this been abundant? You could say, wow, I got some free training from Rhonda Boyle, and you can go on and on about how abundant you are. So here's the deal. The longer you can hold on to that feeling of abundance, the longer the law of attraction has to match it. So the things you've already been getting that are abundant, you say, yeah, thank you. But I want you to look at it again, and I want you to celebrate it. I want you to start logging your abundance every day and making note of it. If you notice your abundance, and it takes about 10 minutes during the day for you to jot a note here and jot a note there, another minute over here or there, that could total up to 10 minutes during the day. And how many minutes is 10 minutes better than? 0, right? And then you can, at night, right before you go to bed, you can log more abundance for just another 10 minutes, jotting quickly everything you received the rest of the day. And now you have 20 minutes. And isn't 20 minutes better than 0 minutes? Of course it is. I'll repeat myself like I haven't done that enough already. The only way you can become more abundant is to send the vibration of abundance. So now I'm going to summarize everything I said in 5 little words. As a matter of fact, I could have just said these 5 words and it would have been done. But I believe our time together was more fun, don't you? So are you ready? Here are the 5 words. I get what I vibrate. That's it. You don't always get what you want, but you always get what you vibrate. So now it's time for me to share with you the 3-step formula for deliberate attraction. And here's what we learned so far. We understand that we're always sending a vibe, and law of attraction is always matching it. You're not even doing it on purpose, and the law of attraction is working. And what you learned today is how to reduce and stop attracting negative things. And over the next couple of days and maybe a week or so, you're going to reduce your don't, not, and no's. And you're going to reduce talking. In fact, you're going to stop talking about what you don't want, and you're going to start changing your vibe. And your overall vibe is going to be more positive. And guess what? Now you can apply the law of attraction. Now you can start using it deliberately. Because the law of attraction is a science, there are 3 steps to help us do that. As a matter of fact, you might have looked at the last page at your worksheets and you see that I have a full day seminar coming up in Oklahoma City. Well, that seminar comes with a workbook, and we're going to go deep into these 3 steps of the formula. Today was all about how to stop attracting negative things. And the seminar on December 28th and January 5th, you have 2 options. It's all about how to become and how to be a deliberate creator. But I'm going to give you the 3-step formula today so that you know what they are, the 3 steps. So you know what they are, and you can start paying attention to them. You can find a space on page 3 of your worksheets to fill in the blank. Now, I love a formula, don't you? You know why? A formula never expires. You can use it next week, next month, next year, anytime you want. You may not even use it until a year or 2 from now, and then you can drag it out and use it then. And you can use it for so many things, like attracting your ideal career, or maybe finding your ideal mate. Or how about attracting more people on your team, or your ideal customer, your ideal finances, your ideal whatever? Because it's a formula, you can use it over and over and over again. And once you learn the formula, you don't need me. I'm a trainer and I get paid to train you how to do it, but I'm not doing it for you because I can't, right? As a matter of fact, when you come to the seminar, you're going to say, this is the subject I'm going to work on. And you're going to bring one thing to work on. And you're going to work the whole day through steps 1, 2, and 3. So on page 3 of your worksheet, step 1 is identify your desire. Identify desire. And you know what? Can I just tell you, after almost 10 years as a coach and consultant, most people that I work with don't even know what they want. Some people spend hours and hours and weeks and months trying to figure out what that is. And on December 28th or January 5th, you're going to know what to do. And whatever it is that you want, your ideal house, your ideal mate, your ideal job, your ideal teammate, whatever that may be, you're going to learn the formula to do that. So step 1, identify your desire. Step 2 is give it your attention. Now, remember when I did the 4 boxes, I said that you needed to include the vibration in your vibrational, you need to include it, right? You need to give it attention and be putting out a positive vibration for it, right? So I'm going to teach you how to do that. And I'm going to teach you how to write it in a statement called a desire statement, which is really, it gets you absolutely clear on what it is you want, and you're giving your attention to it. It's a statement that's very carefully written, and when you say it, wow, it really helps give attention to what you want. So step 1 is what do I want, or identifying your desire, and step 2 is like placing the order because you're giving it your attention. Now, I know that some of you are thinking, I've done this before. I've built a list. I've created a vision board. I told 10 people, and I waited and waited and waited, but it still didn't show up. Well, guess what? That's because of step 3. Some of you have made a list of your goals and dreams, and they still haven't come true. Some of you have meditated on it and prayed on it, and it still hasn't shown up. Why isn't it here yet? And you keep thinking, what am I doing wrong? You know what? The most important step in the formula is what's missing. And step number 3 is allow it. Allow it to happen. You know what? A lot of people have trouble with this part, and that's why it's the most important one. If you ordered it, you need to allow it. So we're going to do a lot of work around this on December 28th and January 5th around allowing. So for those of you who have been trying to use the law of attraction and haven't quite gotten it yet, it's all about allowing it. Or maybe you put something out there and you got it right away. Well, that's because you did allow it. Some of you are really good at manifesting things quickly in certain areas of your life, but not everywhere. In some areas of your life, you really suck at it. So it'll be nice for you to know what allowing is so it can become part of your process. Again, January 28th or, December 28th or January 5th. All day. It's a full day training. You get a workbook and you take a deep dive into that 3-step process. So come on to the seminar with a big goal that you want, and I'm going to walk you through all 3 steps of the process. And at the end of the day, you will have actually done the process so that you can start to receive the things that you want in life. So here's the link. You can just go to, you put a www there, obviously. So go to loaevent.rhondaboyle.com, and that's where you're going to find the registration. And I can't wait to work with you. The law of attraction is not as mysterious as you've been led to believe. It's very simple, really, as long as you have a simple process and a simple formula to use. It'll help you discover what you really want and to get clear on what you want, and it'll help you change your language, your thoughts, and your vibration around getting it. How exciting is that? Now, before I leave you today, I want to invite you to join my Law of Attraction Facebook group. It's right on Facebook, so you just go to Facebook and look up Law of Attraction with Rhonda Boyle. And every day we are learning more and staying steady and focused on what we want. So that's where you're going to find me, and you can catch up with me over there. And with that, I look forward to working with you on either December 28th or January 5th. And it's going to be just an amazing, amazing training. I can't wait to see you over there. Thanks for joining me tonight. Bye-bye.